Hello, everybody. This is Tania, aka Christ and Locs on this channel. Welcome, welcome, welcome. If you've never been on this channel and if you're newly subscribed, thank you so much for subscribing to this channel. And if you have been here before and you're checking in again, thank you so much for checking in. So it's been a while since I posted some hair content, so I just wanted to check in briefly today to show you how my hair is doing, just talk about what I've been going through with my hair lately. And I've been going through a little bit, just a tad, okay? For context, I am running up on 8 years locked. Late March, I will be, Lord willing, officially 8 years in the lock game. Before that, I was 4 years loose natural. So actually in a couple of weeks, well, less than 2 weeks, I'll be back to natural, officially 12 years. So I don't know. I really appreciate that because I don't want to say use the term or phrase take pride in, but I really appreciate being able to take care of my own hair. I have had some hair trauma, which I might talk about. If you're interested, I can go into, as I'm led to, detail about just hair traumas that I have had that have made me very adamant on taking care of my own hair. Since I took over my own hair journey 12 years ago, my hair has thrived. My hair is currently down to my butt, and I just appreciate everything I've learned so far. So I want to talk about what I've been going through with my hair in the last year. So as you see here, I have chunky braids. I actually have done a few videos with chunky braids in my hair. I think one of the ones that kind of like popped a little bit was a short that I talked about on combining locks, and I had some chunky braids in at that time. I love chunky braids. I use them as like a go-between hairstyles because my go-to hairstyle is braid outs. And I'll wear them like this. I'll put them in a bun. I like to wear them in a high bun. I just really love chunky braids. But what I've been noticing is, and I don't know if it's because of how I'm installing, but if you can see here, I like to leave at least 2 inches before I start braiding the chunky braid, just because I know that for me, if I braid the braid too tight, it can cause my scalp to be taut and irritated, and that can lead to flakiness, and I don't like that. And it's just irritating. It doesn't feel good. So I don't know. I'm kind of contemplating letting the chunky braids go for a little bit. And just trying to experiment with different ways of maintaining my hair when I don't really feel like being bothered with it. But I'm going to leave these in probably for a few more days. They've been in for 4 days, I think, at this point. And then I'm going to take these out and just play around with my hair, my loose locks, and go from there. But I love chunky braids. I think the benefits of chunky braids are that, like I said, they're convenient. They're convenient go-between styles of braid outs. Obviously, they look different depending on the length of your hair. And I just think if you do want to utilize them to where they don't mess up your scalp, or what I call the root to lock junction, which is the area of loose hair where the loose hair meets the lock, I would just be conscious of how tight you're braiding where you start the braid at, which is what I do. So I have been experiencing also some dandruff, dry scalp. And I don't have the bottle with me. Obviously, I'm in my office, but I have been experimenting with different things. I've been looking up videos. I've been experimenting with different things, looking up videos. I started using I think it was Dove dandruff shampoo, but I've been experiencing some dandruff. I don't get dandruff. I haven't gotten dandruff as bad as what I've recently got it until a year ago. I started getting dandruff. And I am hot natured. I tend to sweat easily. So I'm thinking that might be that. But then whenever I think about how I used to be a gym freak, or whatever you want to call it, somebody in the gym a lot, and I used to sweat a lot. And when I had shorter locks, I didn't really have a lot of dandruff. But I've noticed now that as my locks grow out, I'm more dandruff prone. So I've made videos in the past talking about using witch hazel, making sure that you don't leave any shampoo in your head, just all the basic stuff. But I'm still experiencing dryness. When my husband had locks, he had dryness, but I think he has an actual condition. We never went to the doctor to see what it was, but he had, it wasn't just regular dandruff that he was dealing with. But with me, it's just very light dandruff, and I've never had that. So I have to do some research on how to mitigate that. I saw someone suggest using sulfur 8. I had the sulfur 8 shampoo, but the sulfur 8 shampoo, I don't like the consistency of it when it activates. It doesn't lather enough for me. And I know some people have warned to stay cautious of using shampoos that lather a lot, because that means they have ingredients in the shampoo that's not good for your hair. But at the end of the day, I just like that. I like shampoos or shampoo bars that lather really well. And sulfur 8 shampoo does not lather well enough for me. So I've been using, what is the name of that shampoo? I forgot. But they're in like the egg-shaped bottle. I've been using that. And I've been using, like I said, the Dove dandruff shampoo. I've been using that as well. And I've just been continuously doing what I regularly do. I'll just use witch hazel in between washes just to see how it goes. And I mean, right now, I haven't been having any issues. Because like I said, this braid set is only 4 days old. But like, if I were to leave this in another few days, like, my hair would just break out in flakes. So I'm being conscious of that. Also, my husband and I have been tussling with this with this area of my head. If you watched I had a live a couple of months back where I was just talking about how my husband helped me to attach a lock to a tuft of hair and I actually talked about it in my lock letter too, which I need to update. I had a tuft of hair, like an area of like breakage here, that I cut one of my locks down here. And if my hair was loose, I would show you, but I cut one of my longer locks down here, about that much of it off. And he attached that lock to an area of hair right here. And I probably put a clip in from a video that I posted last year. But I didn't necessarily like the way that looked. So we kept experimenting, and I finally got it down to what I like, the aesthetic I like. And I am trying to figure out like how to like think about it, because it looks very different than my other locks. My other locks, and I know I've had people who want to argue with me in my comments about my locks not being thin. I never claimed to have micro locks. I never claimed to have sister locks. But for traditional locks, they are on the thinner side. But that lock that he created from another one of my older locks at the bottom of my head, it is thicker. It is like thick. It is super thick. It's probably like the width of my finger. And it does stand out. And my ends are brown, like brown. They're dark. They're lighter than the roots in the middle of my shaft of my hair. So it's like I have this dark brown hair. And then up here I have like this lighter. Obviously you can't see it right now because my hair is braided up. But I have a lighter lock. So, I mean, I'm trying to take it in stride and be humorous about it and just think about how, like, okay, it makes my locks even more unique than what they already are. My locks are not perfect. I still have a lot of locks that have, like, that demarcation line in them where it's like you can actually see the two-strand twist, like, very clearly. And these locks are almost 8 years old. So, like, for those of you who are very, I don't want to say like picky, but they're very, very keen on like having quote unquote perfect locks. You know, in my opinion, when I see those locks that look super seamless, like, I mean, I'm not saying that you can't have natural locks that don't look seamless, but I just think it just takes away from the character. Like, I think like having imperfect locks and seeing different nuances and differences in a different set of locks, it just adds to the uniqueness of that person's how they carry their locks. And I embrace the uniqueness of my locks. I have Down here, like I said, I cut one of my longer locks to create a lock up here. So I have a super short lock, and then I have a lock short that's short. The one I created it's probably goes right here. So my locks are very unique. I appreciate my locks. I don't really care to have them perfect. So I just wanted to encourage you on that. Like I said, I don't know if I said this, but I said it in past videos. I'm a very basic person when it comes down to lock care. Like, I don't do a lot of styles. I haven't gone through a lot of lock trauma or issues with my locks by the hand of God. Thank you, God. Since me and my mother, my late mother, installed my locks years ago. So like my channel is more like a teaching channel and just the tips and tricks that I've learned. Like, if you're looking for a channel that is going to teach you styles and give you all the ins and outs and all that, I'm probably not. I'm more laid back, but you will learn from my channel. And I just wanted to check in and just give you some kind of update. This is what my hair is looking like from the back, if you can see it. Again, my hair is very basic, but I love it. And yeah, I just wanted to do a quick hair update. If you have any questions or you have any specific hair or lock topic requests, leave them in the comment section below. And until the next video, peace, God bless. See you in the next one.